Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Penapple and today I am building what I'm calling an industrial tree house. If you're interested in this build, you can download it off of the gallery. My origin ID is penappleYT. So I was inspired to do this build because I saw this object that I unlocked from the debug catalog, and I found it. It's two cheats. It's bb.show hidden objects and bb.show live edit objects. And it's just this like little tiny like building on stilts. I'm about to build it. I think, yeah, oh, there it is on screen. It was there for a second. You saw it. We all saw it, I swear. And so I wanted to build that because I just thought the object was really cool. And it's just like a little tiny build. And I ended up building two because I am not very good at building micro homes. And I needed it to be a small or a tiny home because there are three levels. There's the micro, small, and then it's like I didn't even go to elementary school or preschool. I can't categorize things by size. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Okay. There's tiny, then no. Oh gosh, this is embarrassing. There's micro, tiny, small. There we go. We're done. We're done. I can't build a micro home. I can build a small home. I actually did finally manage to build a tiny home, my very first one, and I recorded that and it might end up on the channel. I feel very proud of it because it's my first like micro home, but everyone's been doing those for a really long time, so it's like kind of also another embarrassing thing, like not being able to categorize things by size when you're in graduate school versus being very proud of building a micro home for the first time when everyone's been doing it for like a year, even before the tiny living stuff pack came out. Anyways, let's move let's move on from this. I hope you guys are all doing okay. It's still just such weird times. It really is. So I hope everyone's staying safe and healthy and indoors as much as you can. For me, school has started back up, clinic has started back up. I still have not seen a patient yet. I don't have one on my schedule. Like I have my schedule like out until September when the quarter changes over, and there's not a patient to be found. And like some of my classmates had patients this morning, and I'm just like, when will I have my first patient? Hopefully soon. We shall see. I feel like I should talk about the build just a little bit. I also use pillars from the debug mode. I really like them. They're like these fat sausage pillars. They're fantastic. Oh, this is also why it's not a micro home. I added a whole. Is it a small home? Is it not even a tiny home? Oh, that's embarrassing. I can't tell. It's too small for me to read. So, oh boy, you guys, you'll have to tell me. Okay. But yeah, I also wanted to add like a secondary container, and this little container down here ended up being completely superfluous. Like, I don't know why I thought I needed it. It ended up being like an office / workspace, which I guess is nice considering the eco lifestyle pack, because you can create stuff make candles and things like that. Fabrication, that was the word I was looking for. So I guess it's nice in that regard, but really you don't actually need it. Maybe I was like already like over the tiny threshold and into the small threshold, and so I thought, well, we're here, so we might as well add a bit more. I don't know what I was thinking. I recorded this a while ago. Like when I recorded this, Eco Lifestyles was like still new, and I think that was like a month ago. Whoopsie. But yeah, I pre-recorded a lot of builds and got them all edited and ready to go, and it's just the voiceovers that they need. But the last voice speed build I did was like over 30 minutes long, and I was like, I need time to recover before I have anything meaningful to say. But yeah, it took me forever to figure out what I wanted the like exterior painting to be, and I'm still not like 100% certain that I like it. It's a little difficult. I think I remember trying to make this pack limited, but I don't think it is. I've been doing that a lot lately where I've been like trying to keep in mind making stuff pack limited, and then like I'm like, ooh, but I really want to use this object. So I will be like, yes, I will use this object, and now I can use everything else from that pack. So it's fine. You know, we're up to 2 packs now. It's fine. You know, people have 2 packs, and then, you know, I find another object, and then I find another one, and all of a sudden it's like an 8-pack build, and I'm like, what is wrong with you? No one can play with this anymore except for you. But yeah, I think I also remember, it's not here, but I actually forgot to record doing the bedroom, which is the lower level, and I was like, I don't go back. If I forget to record something, I'm like, ugh, it's lost to the ages. It's fine. But in this case, I was like, oh no, that's like a third of the build. I can't just leave it. So I went back and like recreated it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's fun. But I did play test this build. It works. I think it is. I was trying to be pack limited, but I see there's a dine out sink and there is a mini fridge. I also tried to make this slot off the grid, sort of. Like, I do this all the time. I'm like, well, it's sort of, kind of. Like, it's sort of off the grid. Like, yeah, there's a mini fridge, but have you thought of getting a windmill? Because then I think you can run your mini fridge off of the windmill. I haven't actually played with the off the grid trait, I don't think. No, I don't think so. I think because to me that sounds like a little bit torturous, and I just don't see the need to put myself through that. Um, but yeah, here's that. I say that, and then I do these crazy builds that are like 80 hours long. I don't know. It's not the type of torturous that I'm into. That sounded really weird. We're gonna move on. Oh, I had a fun story to tell. Okay. So with school being all crazy, I was so anxious. Like, there are a lot of us. There's like about 72 of us, and we all have unique schedules now, and they're trying to like coordinate them and like keep social distancing, sort of, and all that stuff. And so like we haven't been learning what our schedule is until like the day before for some days, like literally like less than 24 hours before. And so like I just felt like never in my life had I experienced this. Like I never like had any sort of schooling where I have the time like blocked out for school, and I know I have to be on campus, but I don't know where on campus I need to be. I don't know what the class is going to be. I don't know what I need to bring. So I was anxious. And so to kind of like try and like rein that in, I bought myself a physical planner so that I could pretend like I was organizing, and it really actually did help. But the best part about it was I found this fantastic planner, and like the top half of it is like for to-do lists on like the page, and then the bottom half is like your schedule, and it's beautiful. And I was bragging about it to my therapist, and my therapist was like, could I get the name of that? Like, I really want that planner. And so I like went on Amazon, like figured out what the exact name was, and I gave it to her. And so I can't wait for our next session when she like is like, yes, I bought the planner. I hope she does, because then I just feel like I will be winning at therapy. Like, if you've ever been in therapy, there are just sometimes you'll find these moments where you're like, ah, yes, I have won. Like, I have like gotten an A+ in therapy, and that's a very like it's like not what therapy's about, but like you're in your head, you're like, yes, I have succeeded. And so for me, having my therapist want the same planner as me, I was just like, oh my gosh, I've done it. I've achieved peak therapy. Yeah. So it did help. It did help to kind of organize a little bit. I'm doing the landscaping here, and I actually really like how this turned out. I tried to give it this sort of like fluid shape where I have some grass but still kept some of that sort of ratty, dirty, blah, that is this lot. I find it very interesting that they've given us lots that are just like gravel dirt. I do like it. I'd like it better if the grass terrain paint we have was not as patterned, as in if it looked more natural, because like the ground there, the dirt looks natural, but the grass looks like it was painted on with like some sort of early 2000s paint tool. um yeah. But I had a fun thing to share. I love this. So we did PPE training, and during that at school, and during that I have a new name now for the mask that you wear, like, because you're supposed to wear a mask to school, and then like before you treat a patient you're supposed to take that mask off and put on a new clean one. And so the mask that you wear to school, they call it your street mask. And I think that's just such a cute name, like, oh, let me just take off my street mask. Street mask. Oh, it's so much fun. But when we were practicing taking off the PPE, there was this really dumb moment. I was just like, as we were doing it, I was like, we really should have staggered this, because like we're doing it step by step, and they're like, okay, everybody wash your hands. So we all wash our hands. Okay, everybody now put on your gown. So we put on our gown. They're like, okay, now everybody take off your mask and wash your hands. Take off your street mask. Can't forget to say it, street mask, and wash your hands, and then put on your new mask. And so like all of us are just like washing our hands near each other in a room, like not 6 feet away, washing our hands with our masks off. And I'm just like, we really should have staggered this, guys. Oh my gosh. But then we put our masks on, our new ones, and we're fine. But the amount of PPE I have to wear is pretty ridiculous. I am going to be dying of heat exhaustion in lab, or in clinic, because usually those clinics are pretty warm during the summer, and they have like tons of like fans running to try and like keep the air circulating and keep people cool. But you know, COVID-19 is an aerosol, and it's spread, you know, it could be spread by a fan from one patient's room to the other, so no fans allowed. And we have to wear all this PPE. So I've already like, there are already days where I'm just like dripping sweat, and I can feel it, and I just know that everyone is, but I still feel really self-conscious. It's just a sweaty mess. And the building that we're in is pretty old, so it's not like they can just get more air conditioning. Oh, that'd be amazing. And it's funny because I had some classmates come back from radiology, and they were physically shivering. And I was like, are you guys cold? Because I'm like literally gushing sweat out of my armpits now. And they're like, we were in radiology, and they actually have air conditioning in there, and it is like frigid. I'm like, how can one part of the school be so cold and the other be like a sauna? So if only we could like stabilize these. But again, that might require some sort of breeze, and we're trying to minimize like all of the procedures we're doing. Like if we need to do a procedure that generates aerosols, we have the patient COVID tested, and they have to be COVID negative. If they're not, the case gets bumped up to the graduate clinic or to like a professor, and they will do it, and that's only an emergency. So for me, lowly third year that I am, I will not be doing any procedures that generate aerosols. I don't think. Like, I really don't think. But we'll see. If I get a patient, we'll see if I do any procedures if I get a patient first. But we are coming up on the end of this build. I hope you guys all really enjoyed it and my ramblings. I hope you guys are all safe, healthy, and happy, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye!